What's going on? I am in Laguna Beach, California today, and I am going to show you how I shoot real estate. So before I get into the tips, let me just remind you real quick to subscribe by hitting the red subscribe button down below. Be sure to like this video and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future tutorials. Okay, so the first thing I always do is I walk the house and I'm gonna look for anything that could be distracting. So for one, I have my memory cards here where I was setting up. It's a great example. I mean, obviously you're not gonna probably see stuff like this, but you definitely want to clear all your counters of distractions. So I say clear all the counters, even soap. So you want to take your soap, maybe just stuff it under the sink real quick, out of the view. Look for things like maybe if you're working with a realtor and he or she left their keys just lying around. Because these things you will notice when you get back to go process your photos. And let me tell you, it's a lot easier to take them out now than it is in post. Along with distractions, you also want to walk around and make sure that all the lights are turned on, the blinds are pulled up so that you can see out the window just like here. This is perfect, although I can see some distractions right here. So you want to look for things like this. In the back of your shot, you definitely don't want a jacket and some other stuff from people working on the house. And in some cases, you may even want to just leave the windows closed. The reason for that is you might have something ugly on the other side or something really distracting that you can't move. In that case, it's a good idea to close the blinds. Also, if you have really nice blinds, you definitely want to take at least one shot of those blinds. Be on the lookout for these things, especially when you're walking the property, because you're not going to be the only one going to these places. They're worked on constantly, and every time you turn your back, someone is going to put something somewhere or someone's going to move something out of place. So if you can, you definitely want to shoot the house alone. A lot of times this isn't going to be the case. You're going to be with a realtor, there's going to be other workers on the property, but if you can, just try to limit the amount of people that are going to be on site with you. And the reason why is because you're going to go around and you're going to be, you know, checking toilet seats like that, and you never know, one of these people could just run, use the bathroom real quick, and you might forget to go put that toilet seat back down, and they may as well. While you're walking around and checking for distractions, it's also really important to make sure fans are off too. So whenever I go around and I'm turning on lights like this one, and there you go, the fan's on. So once you walked your site, you freed all the distractions, got your windows open, and have cleared up your space, it's time to start shooting. Your strategy is going to be to shoot from the corners of each room, include 3 walls in each shot, and make sure the verticals match up on your images. Okay, I'm shooting 7 shot brackets. You can shoot a minimum of 3 to do a HDR bracket effect in Lightroom later, or you could even do 5 or more. You know, there's no limit. Just, you know, if you're gonna shoot in this way, I'm shooting without a flash, doing bracketed shots, and I'm gonna blend them later in Lightroom. If there are French doors, you definitely wanna open French doors and sliding glass doors, especially if what's on the other side is a nice patio or backyard. The focal length that you wanna shoot between is gonna be on a cropped sensor. You're gonna wanna go no lower than 8 millimeters, okay, on a cropped sensor. On a full frame, you're not gonna wanna go any lower than a 10 millimeter. But what I shoot with on a cropped Nikon D7500 is I shoot at 10 millimeters, which actually comes out to about 15 or 16 millimeters. As far as the height of your camera on the tripod, you wanna shoot a little bit above your waist. unless there's some furniture that's blocking your view, or if you have high ceilings as well. When you're in the kitchen, you're probably going to be raising your tripod up a little bit higher to almost shoulder height, but typically you're going to want to shoot a little bit above waist on most of your shots, and the others could be as high as maybe your shoulders. You're definitely going to want to get a dedicated few shots in the kitchen, and you want to spend a little bit of time making sure you focus on the appliances and looking for things that you love about the kitchen. I mean, if the view is nice, you want to capture that. If the appliances are nice, you're definitely going to focus on that, but maybe you want to put them in a different light. Or let's say you really like the tile or the splash card. Fall in love with the place yourself as someone who would be buying this house, and focus on the items on the features that you like. Another thing worth mentioning is you definitely want to secure pets and people. They can run in at the worst times. So kids, pets, anything need to be secured. If you're not shooting alone, just have everybody go to the other side of the house, maybe the garage, any other spot where they won't be seen through a window or be getting in your way while you're shooting. There's a little bit of debate on whether or not to leave the bedroom doors open while you're shooting. I think in this case it would be very beneficial to close all the doors, so I'm going to shoot with the doors closed. However, you could leave them open. Now, if this were a furnished home and you wanted to try to tell a story in the sense of what the layout of the home is, I sometimes will tie some rooms together or shoot from the hallway to tie a couple of rooms together with the furniture. You know, you can use landmarks with inside the house to tie it together. So just something to consider, but typically you're gonna have the doors closed. When you go in to shoot the bedroom like this, first I'm gonna take a shot from this spot right here. And the reason for that is you just get a little bit extra space here to make your shot appear a little bit wider. Something like this. And notice you want your verticals to line up. This is not a good shot. Notice the door frame right over here on the side is not straight. So what you want to do is make sure your tripod lines up perfectly like this, and that you're shooting from a level surface and you're shooting at a level angle. You're doing this shot because it shows off the view from the window. Okay, so people like to know that there's a window in the room, if it's a bright room, whatever. So I always include at least one angle that includes the window. So if it's like a master suite and you could tie in the bathroom with the window, with the door closed, of course, or the closet, I say do it. But typically what I'm gonna do is shoot from the doorway here, and then I'm gonna close the door, head over to this corner here, and shoot the next angle like that. Okay, so when I shoot a room like the master bedroom, I'm gonna go ahead and close the door. It eliminates distractions from behind you. And then what you wanna do is take a look at these mirrors. You wanna make sure that you are not showing up in the mirrors. The best way to do that is show off the closet a little bit. Now the closet has to be clean for you to do this, but you'll wanna just leave it cracked open, and you're gonna shoot from this corner here like this. Okay, now, again, you're gonna want a level shot. This is an example of what not to do. All right, so this is the only unusual thing I saw on this property, and that was bathtub in the master bedroom. Okay, so bathtub is in the master bedroom. Kinky or weird? Let me know in the comments.